Hello everyone, we are live with the bootcamp session. Today we are going to cover 2Checkout, which basically covers the Pakistan area because the payment services we have discussed up till now are not available in Pakistan, like Snipcart, sorry, Stripe. Stripe is not available in Pakistan, so you cannot really send the payment to your bank account in Pakistan using the Stripe. So for that we need a solution for the so that we can use it such service in Pakistan. So for that we have 2Checkout available for us, and that 2Checkout service, with that 2Checkout service, what we can do is we will be using for our product and our checkout, and then we can connect our bank account so that it can send payment to directly into our bank account in Pakistan as well. So for that, let me share my screen first. Okay, so project 5 2Checkout, that's what we need to cover today. And for that, if I try to see initial links, so the first one are just showing you the 2Checkout interface where we can uh, sign up and log in, and its documentation and API integration. All these things are available. So if you go for the, let's say, sign up, it will ask you all the details. uh, for example, your name, business, email, website, your country, just a normal what we can normally expect from a sign up. Then if you go to the login, I have already an account. So once you logged in, you will see this interface. It will ask to create a product and then create a link, buy link. That's a very important thing. I'll show you in a while. And activate your account exactly like Stripe. Until you activate your account, you can do activities or test order and everything in what you say test mode, so that it's your, if your account is not activated, it will not be charge anything at this moment. This is the main interface, that's the setup. So when you need to create a product and anything else, so that will be available over here. Generate links, I'll show you the generate links, marketing tool, affiliates. Your orders will be available over here in this order link. Somehow 2Checkout's website is quite slow. uh, I tried, I would, as much as I saw, it's quite slow. And here you can search your orders, list your orders, integration. That's the main what we need. Merchant code and secret and all these things, your publishable key and private key, which is required for connecting our API or our library to check out APIs. It has some secret words and there are multiple notification services. So we'll see few of them in a moment. Uh, in this link, we also have a documentation link. This documentation has few features, few things that hosted checkout. So like Stripe, we have a hosted checkout. So once you call the checkout, it will open up a separate page for the checkout, and you can, what you say, um, it will be a separate page hosted on a 2Checkout. You will just add your credit card details and the checkout is done. That can be done with 2Checkout as well. And they have also provided the API so that you can create your custom text boxes, and then you can submit the what you say, your payment with the APIs. But I must say the documentation and the APIs are not 2Checkout has not done very good a good work with the documentation. There is no proper documentation or proper examples available. So you will be you will struggle too much in creating an example or examples. It's too difficult to work with the, especially with the APIs. So here is the how you will be doing the standard checkout for the hosted page of 2Checkout, and how we'll be doing the payment API. So how you can enter the credit card details directly by using your custom text boxes. And it has all the links, other details, APIs. That's where the API integration, it says the main link is start using 2Checkout API, and it gives you the sequential API authentication, build order. So they give you quite many things, but things are not properly documented that this is the way you need to write your code. And there is no React or Gatsby examples available for us. The most examples are either in a PHP or a plain JavaScript. So we'll be you will be facing a problem while if you try to add some library from the 2Checkout, so it will cause you a problem. I'll show you in a moment. So once you create your account, and you will be in dashboard. So here in dashboard you can see it will also show you what data you have, uh, how many products you have sold or revenue and everything. It will also be available there. In setup, what I'll do is, first link is product, so we can add product just like Stripe. We can add product over here. So for that I have added two products. I'll add third product to show you guys. Add product, either is the electronic or physical. Let me say it's physical. And again, formal shoe. And that's a product code. 2Checkout will generate by itself if you not pass anything, because you cannot add or change it. That will be the product code that based on which you will add that product into the line item or in on the checkout. That product code is important. Name it a version, anything. Product group, at this moment there are no you can create multiple groups like collections for a product. At this moment we don't have to do anything. It's a regular product or bundle product. Bundle product, as you can see, sometimes when you purchase something, there is also available. When you purchase something, so it says these are bundle products. These two products are together, you can purchase these two products together. So that case of bundle product, we are at this moment just using the regular product. Let's say price is $15, and we can uh, mention it as it's a one-time fee or a monthly fee or a daily fee, whatever you want to mention it. So we are saying it's one time. And if it's a physical product, we need to specify weight. So let's say it's 2.3. And handling fees, if you want to pass handling fees. And it's a formal shoe. So they have provided you the short description, option for short description and long description. So formal shoe, short description. I'm just mentioning over here. We do not have to do anything else. The system requirement, category, which category you want to place in. At this moment, I'm just adding the inventory or whatever you want to do it. Add product category. Yeah. So I guess I skipped this product text category. Is it a digital product, a software service, or a physical product? What type of product you are selling? So it's a physical product for us, or we can select electronic product or a technical help support. Let's say if you are providing a software services, then you can also charge with this. So it's a physical product. And add. Once the product addition is done, it will show you different tabs for your product, the product which you have added just a moment ago, and it will show you the price in all the currencies, so you can manage it based on currencies and everything. In the overview page, there is no pictures. Upload one now, so let's go for the picture. Mm, product image. So I'm uploading the Save. So it's saved now. You can see the pictures. Go to the product list, and you can see we have three products. One is a water bottle, one is a wallet, and one is a formal shoe. And you can see this product code, which we have skipped and we have not provided anything. They Shopify generate, not Shopify, to checkout generated itself. Information. Product ID and product code are two different things. We'll be adding product in a line item as a product with product code, not a product ID. 2Checkout has recently updated their process flow, and there are a lot of lags in documentation as well at many places. Okay. Okay. Now, once you add a product, then what you can do is basically somehow there are multiple ways to sell your product with the 2Checkout. Either you can generate a link which will open a separate page in a separate for hosted on a 2Checkout, and it will be open a separate page to checkout. There is another option so that you will be adding a product in the as a line item, and it will open a 2Checkout pop-up icon pop-up, so that you will be adding the credit card details inside your page, so customer will not leave your page on a separate page, or so that it has to return. That's the second. And third one is an API. So there are a lot of mix of documentation, so you will face pretty much difficulty while working with the 2Checkout related to the documentation. That's quite a tough task to handle. So I'll be using sequentially. So first, if you try to use the 2Checkouts checkout method, which will open a separate page. So for that, you need to go to the generate link. And then we have a two option, Convert Plus and Inline Checkout. Convert Plus will open up a separate checkout page. It will show you complete a cart, and you can add the credit card details and everything. So it's just a simple process. But for that, what you need to do is first you need to identify if you are wanted to do with catalog or dynamic product. Let me say it is a catalog product. That means the product already inside the 2Checkout product list. So we have a three. Let me select formal shoe. Billing, it's auto. What kind of page? The checkout page you need to see. You need to see 2-column page, 1-column page, or two checkout marketplace. So it will show you a different type of page for the checkout. So at this moment, I'm selecting the 2-column, and then I'll show you. You can customize that page, leave other things, and click the generate link. Now, the good thing is, or a bad thing, let's say this is the link they have provided us. Secure 2Checkout, checkout by merchant code. That's the code which my account has. So they have generated it directly. And then default and prod, product ID, and the quantity. So that's the link. And what we can do is we can, let's say, copy this and open new tab. And I can directly enter it. And it will show me a checkout page. So using the checkout, what you can do is if you want to, you have a product and you want to display that product on a different websites, and give them a button, so that if on any website, if you want to display your product and then user click on the buy now button, it will open up a checkout page for your product wherever you have placed that link. So it's quite interesting and quite easy. So that's the simple URL, and you can use it anywhere. You can generate that link by yourself as well. I'll show you in a moment. So that's the first thing we're going to implement, and then we'll see the second stage of if you go with the inline checkout. Okay, so let me go for the. I have created a basic structure which we have done quite a lot of time. So CMD code, that's the basic structure, and SRC index. So that's the basic, and what I'm going to do is just create a button over here, and buy now on click. So I guess it's npm install, and here let's say, as I mentioned, that in on any website you want to publish or display your product and give them a button so that whenever user click on that button, it will open a checkout page. So here in the same case, what I can do is window dot and I'll paste this URL which provided to us by 2Checkout. Solution is done. Netlify that. Okay, so that's a buy now button, and if I'll click on this button, it will show the same page which I have already showed you by directly putting the URL in the browser tab. So you can add or subtract quantity, delete, and then what you can do is you can provide all your details, same address for and the card number. Okay, so for card number, what they say is there is a it's available somewhere in the links, but I'm opening it directly. I'll show you the URL. As payment method. So it's available inside some links. I'll try to find out and give you, but that's the URL. You can see this URL. Knowledge center.2checkout.com documentation 09 ordering system, one payment method. They have given us a specific card numbers, specific name to successful payment to insufficient. So whatever you want to test with your credit card, if it's a stolen, what happened? If it's an insufficient balance in your credit card, so what should be happen? Invalid card number or invalid CVV. So they have given you few details. So if you want to test the to check out with the credit card details, so you have to use these details, so you will be getting the proper response. So let's say for Visa card, I'll pick this card number, go to this checkout, any future expiry date, any CVV, and name should be, let's say in our case, if you want to do a successful authorization, select John Doe and then click place order. Okay, so it's showing you all the detail. They will also send like Stripe and the Shopify. They'll also send email to your account. And when you go to your customer and orders, it's in the test mode. So some type of dynamic product orders gets to display and some orders gets to display. I was not able to find the reason exactly, but all the orders will be available this order. And to find orders, you need to first search. So that's the search screen on the order, and you have to, let's say it's a list item, but you need to explore it more. In test order, it must be selected include test order, because we are in test mode, so it needs to search the test orders. So here you can see at this moment, these are to my old orders. The recent one is not added here. These both orders were dynamic product orders, so they were available here, but the product which is from catalog is not appearing here. So I'll show you the dynamic product as well, and then I'll get back here to show you the orders list inside here. Okay, so that's a very simple way to add a product inside what you say, and open up a second tab for the checkout, and all the details are done. So that's a very simple way. What we need to understand is it's merchant code. What you need to understand, the URL secure.2checkout.com checkout, they provide you directly, but you can construct that URL yourself as well. So if I have a 2 product or 3 product, what can we do? You see there's a merchant account, and that account is available. I'll show you. TLP default prod, the product ID. Let's say I want to add another product inside it. So I'll pay and I'll pick the product from here. Let's say copy this code and type prod equals code and QTY equals, let's say I'm saying it 2. So that means add one product for quantity for this product and add two quantities for this product. Now it's built again. So let's go to this page. Buy now. Now it should be 2 products.
I think, Zeeshan, you didn't build the page.
Okay, let me check. Sir, I guess you were not at the start of the class, so I was saying that documentation is very poor for this. To check up.
That is why Stripe is so ahead of all these
Yes.
their competitors, because Stripe is a very comprehensive.
Okay, it's not showing, but you will see the multiple product in this way, and you can then check out all the complete process will be the same. So it's not to worry about. But I guess if I missed something or not, PROD prod equals this and anyways, so it should be like this. We need to move to the inline checkout, so that will be the external checkout page, and it's quite easy and very simple, so you do not have to worry about too much of this style. The another step is which is quite better for us. We can easily understand that, but if you want to what you say, As you can see, this checkout page, it has a header, 2 column cart details. You can customize this from um, you can change this over here, as well as you can change the UI for your checkout cart. So they have provided us 3 templates. What you can do is you can call the make a copy. It will create a copy for that particular template and will give you the editor so that you can customize the UI. So you have a complete UI, so you can customize the checkout page the way you want. So it's available and you can test it this way. I'm disabling my customize page. So that's the checkout one. The important thing is generate links. 2 options, one which I have shown you, convert plus, which will open a complete different checkout page. Another one is inline checkout. What inline checkout does is it gives you the script so that you can call the add product function and checkout function, and then it will show you the checkout page within your website as a pop-up so that you can do the checkout. So that's very important for us. But the problem is, again, it does not have a any npm module, so that we can how we can include it inside our Gatsby or React project. They have provided you an inline script which they want us to include in ahead of our page. So in case of us, we are using Gatsby. Each of our page is a separate page. We need how we'll be adding this. One thing I forgot to mention, you can see the documentation from here. So that's the complete inline checkout guide available here. You can use this guide. Let me close. There are too many pages. Okay, so this inline checkout guide gives you multiple details how you can do this. I'll show you in a moment. But we need to add this script in script tag, obviously, and then it will give you a button which you can use the to payment. So for that, what we need to do is we need to uh, I had to find a solution in the Gatsby. So for that, Gatsby has a plugin load script. This script has uh, 2 functionalities. One, if you want to load a script which is external, so let's say it's hosted on some other URL, you want to add that script in your Gatsby project, or if it's script inside your code but it's not an npm module, so the one you will need to, let's say they are saying mentioning the sanitary CDN example. So pass this in Gatsby config.js, add a resolver and then options so that it will run. And if once the loading of JS is done, what you can do is you can call the this script as well on load of a script. So that's the one option. And another option is to load a script from your project. So in this case, what we need to do is we need to add this script inside our application, and then we need to load this script. So for that, what we will do is, yeah, you need to understand this as well. Create a folder named static at the root of your Gatsby app. So for us, it's always available as a static page. So we have this static folder already there. Then we need to add a script file inside that folder and then give a path of this script. So what I'll do is I'll name it to check out load.js, and then I'll copy this script, paste it over here. We don't need script tag. Okay. Now this script, what this is loading this. The whole concept of this script is load a particular page secure.advantage.com checkout to checkout inline card.js. So they are loading the library to checkout inline card library, and you need to mention your merchant code. So because I have copied it from here, so they have already provided me my checkout merchant code. Otherwise, you will provide your merchant code. The merchant code is available in integration. That's my merchant code. That's the secret key. Whenever you require publishable key, private key. So let's go back to generate link. So that's what we have. And once you are done with it, what you need to do is in Gatsby config, you need to add this configuration. And you need to specify name of your script file, just the name, because this is configuration already knows that it needs to find inside the static. So to checkout load.js. Once it's done, once it's loaded, you can use this guide to see how you can access your library. So for that, find out what's inline checkout is. They give you the complete detail, how you can use this checkout option and what the features are available. Again, mentioning these script code and to checkout inline cart.product.add, you will add the product and then you will call the add to cart. So, sorry, the checkout. So it will check out your product. One Another one is if you want to add a product, a dynamic product, because at this moment what we are seeing is the product from which is available inside the to checkout. If I'm creating my shopping cart, so there'll be my list of products available on from my database, so I need to purchase or I need to give user option to purchase those products. So for that we have this dynamic product. I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so now first we need to see if this object is available inside our Gatsby page or not. For that, what I'll do is I'll just try to console, and whenever you load script in this style with the this load script style, it will be available inside the window property. So you must need to call it window dot to checkout cart. Okay, now let's get back to oh, I have used that plugin, but I have not installed it, so I need to install Gatsby plugin load script. You know, with latest npm you don't need to mention dash dash save again, but it's quite an habit, so I just type it all the time. Okay, So now we can see in console undefined. Why? Checkout Gatsby.
Sir, 2Checkout load.js is in the static folder.
Yes, it's in a static folder. Let me just verify it. Yes, it should be slash. So now loaded. Maybe it might be it was taking some time, or the project was not loaded. Maybe. So at this moment, it's available. To check out inline cart, you can see billing, button parser, cart, config, events, products. So here you will whatever product will add in our cart, it will be available in this list. Register, setup. There are multiple options available for us. So now what we can do is we can go to our page and we can see the first link which we have opened a moment ago, and we can, you don't need to set the merchant, it's already set. That's what I mentioned, that documentation sometimes use something and sometimes it's already available, so you don't need to call set merchant, it's already set. To checkout.product.add and then checkout. So let me just, so I'll add a few buttons. So I'm skipping the portion where you can load your product from your database and server and display those products, and then you can do the checkout and all these things. So that's these. I'll show you the dynamic product purchase, which is important for us. On click. So window.to checkout is available for us. So we need to always call window.to checkout inline cart product.add, and here we will be mentioning our product code if we are using the catalog product. So at this moment we are using the catalog product. So I guess I have a product code available here. So I'll just copy the product code from here instead of going to the product page. And I'll mention the product code here, quantity 1. Once it's added to the cart, I'll call the console again just to show you that what we have after product has been added. We have not mentioned the checkout yet, so I'll create that also. Add to cart. Checkout. And for that we will call the toline.cart.checkout. Window. Now we have buy now button, which we have already seen. Add to cart. Catalog product. Why I mentioned catalog? So that I'll be showing you the dynamic product as well in a moment. and then checkout button. So once I'll press the add to catalog product, I'll receive the updated cart for products, and it has a list. It has an product one, which has a quantity of one. It has an option. So you can see product code, the GUID, which is created. So our product is inside the cart. So you can use this option to build your cart, but snip 2Checkout has not provided quite good functionality related to the managing card and everything. So you need to manage this yourself. You have this object, and then you can manage by yourself what however you want to display. You can see billing, all the details related to the billing available here. So that's a complete object available, and you can use it in your the way you want it. So we have added one product. Now if I'll call the checkout, let me first close this. So it has opened the inline inside the iframe. It covers your page, and it open the what you say checkout options inside your website, so user don't need to go to the other page. So you have this, you can select, or you if you want to edit a content, edit cart, you can increase the quantity. What I did, I guess I unable to boot receive message type. So live programming bugs, there are some. So let's see. So that once you're done with it, you can select the credit card type, or you if you want to change something, continue billing. Console. I guess the server is slow, that's why it's causing the problem. Fill your details inside the card, continue to payment, and then again you can input the card details. If you are using the testing one, so we need to specify exact card so that name, place the order. Once you place the order, what you need to do is you must clean or remove product from your cart. So you need to call a function to check out inline checkout or product dot remove all. It's an authorization, and there is an error again, I guess.
Why there is internal server errors? This APIs is not exist? Or
Yeah,
what?
I guess it's slow or something. To checkout dot API dot lead cart dot place cannot recovery. Test card. So apparently there are some issues because I was testing it and it was working fine. At this moment, the card service.set card has some cannot read property map of undefined. So we have added the product. Let's try again. We have product, click on checkout, continue billing. It's another. I'm just trying to check the script I have copied from here, and the script is also available here. So there might be some difference because of that. It should not be, but just to test it. Otherwise, there's a checkout page, and that's nothing else. So we'll move to the dynamic product. Just verify this. Let me verify this, and then we'll move. So update the merchant and restart the server again. Add product to catalog. Checkout. No, there is still some issue with the service.
Exactly.
So
with the service.
service is returning 500, so
Exactly.
maybe there is some error in payment service. So we can move with the other details. That's end of it, because once it will done, it will the pop-up will be closed. You will receive a payment order from inside email. Order will be available in your dashboard, and here you can update whatever you want.
Zeeshan, recently, in the last few days, cloud services are being very erratic. There might
I
be
was
some
testing
problem.
a few hours ago, so it was working at that moment. So might be, but yeah, that's the case because uh, it's unstable from last few days. Once it is done, it will show you the payment page exactly like we have seen in external checkout, and then it will display you the back to your page, and you can clean up or everything or whatever you want to display to the user. Now the another thing is add a dynamic product. That's important for us because we need to add a dynamic product that will be coming from our databases. So what you want to do is you need to call product.add. You need to provide a name, quantity, price, ignore this signature and call cart.checkout. So I'll copy. Yes, you need to mention dynamic, these properties. Setup mode, the product should be dynamic, currency USD. So I'll copy this. Another button, I'll add another button. So let's go to these for a moment. Checkout button is already there. So you need to set two inline cart setup, set mode dynamic, two inline cart. We need to mention window because we are using inside our Gatsby window dot. So they have not provided any example related to the Gatsby or React or single page applications format. So you have to do by yourself if you are facing such things. Dynamic product, name it anything, let's say. And it will add a dynamic product to your cart, and then you will call the normal checkout button. Line checkout is not defined. Okay, so we have a catalog dynamic product. You cannot add catalog product and dynamic product at the same time into the cart. So if you have some product which are coming from 2Checkout cart and some product which are coming from your server, then you need to process two separate checkouts. They will not work together. Okay, so add dynamic product to the catalog. I have not mentioned console checkout. Okay, so now you can see t-shirt $20. This continue to billing. Country Pakistan, continue to payment. To ask for the credit card. It's still facing problems. So I guess that's the cloud services problem at this moment. Then place the order. So it will again the same, and there will be no difference in. It will show you the checkout, order is confirmed, and then you'll be on the page. So what you need to understand is inside the product in generate link, you have two options: either open a separate checkout page or open up a checkout inside your website. So these are the two options. To if you are using the external page, it will give you the link and you can open it. documentation is available here. So you can use these links to see documentation in detail. Inline checkout, it will open a checkout card inside your application, and you need to use this script. So we have to, for if as we are using Gatsby or React, so we need to solve it ourselves. They have not provided such solution. Okay, so once it is done, order will be available in custom orders. So these are the two options. Third one is an API, so you can explore the API. The link is also available here. Start using API. Again, they have done quite a messy work explaining how to authenticate. It's quite what what can be said. It's one service was available for the Pakistan, and it's so I'm just showing you what you can do with this
I
API.
think the good news is that VeriSign has bought this company. So therefore, they are going to pump. It's a very big company now. So they are going to pump. Maybe previously they had some financing issues. Now they have the money. Their services might improve.
Yes, yes. So the problem is the documentation itself. Sometimes previously, when you need to test, you need to provide some sandbox or something, which is now replaced. So that is a problem. Like they are talking about the hashing with the MD5, and then later on they mentioned that now with the new API you can do SHA 2 and 3. So documentation is not properly configured or provided. So with this, what you can do is what they need is mention your merchant code, your secret key, then get the length of your merchant code plus your merchant code, length of a date, recent date plus date, then hash them with SHA or something and provide your key to hash. Then you need to send this hash or date and all thing inside the header. So when you call the REST API, you need to send header inside your REST API. So that this should be the style of header. X advantage authenticate code, date, and the hash. So that's how you need to send it. They have given us the example of PHP, which is not useful for us, but that's the creation, and then you need to call. So for that, we have available the APIs, which also mentioned over here, I guess. API integration, documentation. REST API. We have whole bunch of APIs available. So for example, if you need to access the product, you can call this product API. But for all the REST API requests, you need to send this header inside your fetch request and then provide the vendor code, that request and hash, and then you can call it. The URL needs to be api/checkouts.com/rest/6.0 product sq/product/search. That should be the REST API URL, and then you provide the header, and then it will fetch the data or everything. So in this case, you will be using, let's say, post orders. So you will be posting your credit card details from here, and then it will pay or submit the order to the server. So that's how you can use it. So the important thing is first you need to get hand of the documentation. Quite messy. There are multiple places like you see. It's another option is available here, but it just talk about uh, posting the credit card to the server. So you need to send data from client to the server. The inline checkout talking about the inline card, and then the convert plus, and then the API. So you have multiple options, too many things you need to understand, and then you need to use them. That's mainly the
Zeeshan, if you have to compare Stripe with Shopify plus this 2Checkout, how will you compare it? What are the different plus points, minus points?
If I have any option for Pakistan, I'll not go for the checkout.
But there are no other options right now and on
Yeah,
internet.
there's no other option. I was thinking to be used in one of my applications, but the way they give us a detail, even if they have not given a single example related to React or Gatsby or a single page application, all the examples available either PHP or the plain JavaScript, which is quite difficult to for any new one to handle. Stripe
And
is way.
and how about Shopify? It's not a payment gateway, but
Shopify itself is Shopify has too many things, and compared to it, Shopify has too many examples available, proper documentation they have, so you can easily access it and use it with the Shopify. The good thing is you can integrate 2Checkout into the Shopify, so you do not have to go for all these API related thing into the 2Checkout. So that's the path if you are going for the shopping cart application.
could you repeat that, please?
Basically, in Shopify, you can add multiple payment method. You can add Stripe, you can add PayPal, and you can add checkout. So Shopify provides you the process to add to checkout in as a payment method. So we'll process the payment using the Shopify, but the payment will go to checkout. So you can use that route with if you are using the shopping cart application.
Because Shopify has a payment gateway, but mostly people use Stripe or some other service. So therefore, the option is use Shopify, and with it either use Stripe if you have international bank account, or if you have a Pakistani bank account, then use checkout with Shopify.
Yes.
And the second thing is, there are some Pakistani companies also coming up with payment gateways. They are working on it. Can you share us an example?
Yeah, basically, there's the one name. Let me PayFast. PayFast.
This one.
We have a link over here as well. So okay, so PayFast also available to us, and let me just.
This is a Avanza company, new startup, trying to emulate Stripe.
That's exactly. Yes, sorry, please continue.
They are not there yet, because if you look at the documentation on the options, the bank transfers are there.
There's a lot of options available.
Bank transfers are there, but the credit card acceptance is right now not there. If I see it, and what they have done is used APIs, which are basically REST APIs, and documented that, and it seems to be a good start.
Yeah, if they need to put a lot of effort to standardize it, definitely they have a documentation for many things, but definitely that's what you say, scratch on a surface. So they need to work a lot on it. So that's exactly like if you are using the Stripe or if you are using the 2Checkout. So these are the international companies. If you want to go for the Pakistani company, so then we have a PayFast. There will be other options coming along, might be. So PayFast is you can say trying to give competition to Stripe and 2Checkout, maybe in future.
And maybe in the future, we just mentioned there are other also companies, people, Naya Pay and others are coming up, startups. State Bank has become very lenient, State Bank of Pakistan, in allowing these companies, and they are being encouraged. And hopefully in the next 6 months, a lot of Pakistani companies will also have payment gateways. Maybe Daniyal will open one. And and send us some money. Anyway, the thing is that we really liked, Zeeshan, your method of study and how you taught us. And thank you so very much. Now let's
Thank you so much.
discuss what we are going to do next. From the next class up to now, what we have done, we started with React, and we basically learned Surge for deployment, which was a very simple tool. Then we moved to Gatsby and all the rest of the stuff. Then we moved to Netlify, because in Jamstack circles, Netlify value is increasing tremendously, and they have championed Jamstack. There are other also options, Vericel and others are also there. So now we are going to move to the big boys, and that's where Daniyal will shine. And you and me, Zeeshan, we have to do a lot of hard work. We are moving now. From next class, we are going to move towards AWS. And what we are going to do is, I want to introduce everyone. Daniyal is a certified AWS developer. He has extensive experience, but not to just outclass him, what we have done is we have used the latest technology of AWS, which is
CDK.
CDK. What we are going to do is, when the next class starts, so coding will still be handled by Zeeshan you, but we will have Daniyal. What he will do is, first he will explain overall AWS landscape, because nobody knows better than him. I'm talking about relative terms. I'm not saying in the world over, but in our small circle, he is the best. And once he introduces AWS, then he will introduce CloudFormation, Daniyal.
Yes, sir. Okay.
And then you will introduce CDK. And in every class, of course, it depends on you. When you have the mic, you can do whatever you want. Then we are going to move to our repository and start doing step by step different things. What we'll do is, for example, I'll give you an example. When we have already done Lambda functions, because in Netlify we were doing Lambda functions, but there are other lot of services. The big boys are on AWS. Netlify was very good for small companies, for small projects, when the developers are not experienced. But the thing is that the real power, if you want AI services, you want subscription, which Daniyal loves a lot, GraphQL subscription, and other things, you have to go with AWS. It has 50% of the cloud market. There's no comparison at this stage between AWS or Netlify, or even between Azure and AWS, or even Google. As far as serverless are, where the industry is moving, AWS is far ahead. I suspect they are 3 to 5 years ahead of Daniyal. What do you think? 3 to 5 years ahead of other cloud providers.
Exactly, sir. 100%.
And so therefore, for serverless, we are going to go in depth. And I can promise you this, just to get you excited, I can promise you this, it will make you a thorough professional. And all of us, I will learn a lot, and we have been working on it. We have a team. Others might join us as assistants, because we have been training a team, AWS on all these things, from the best of the best rooms. And what he is going to do is, in every class, for example, there is a service called AppSync. Daniyal will first go over the theory. He'll tell us what it can do, because he has been playing with it. And then Zeeshan, you are going to take over to show the implementation of CDK, or Daniyal can also do it. But depends, you can divide the work between you guys. And what we are going to do is, first, we are going to, I'm not going to want to go into details. We are going to go towards AWS patterns as well, standard solutions, how big companies are doing it. Therefore, we are going to go in extreme depth. And After that, we are going to move towards, after we have completed AWS and deploying all the things, it will take a while. I can't predict how many classes it will take, but it will take quite a few of them. After that, we are going to move towards AI as a service, blockchain as a service, and we want developers to train developers, because this is going to become our standard syllabus. The base fundamental, this is basically a foundations bootcamp. And then for example, somebody wants to not use AI as a service but TensorFlow, that is another course. But in this, we are going to use different services of companies, AI as a service and blockchain as a service, and so on. So therefore, but for the near future, we are going to focus completely on latest technologies by AWS. The thing is, I feel that AWS previously was not focused towards developer, but more towards Daniyal operations people. But lately, because of Netlify and others competitors that are moving in, they have started competing in the developer space as well. They are moving towards no ops. No ops means there is no operation people. Only Daniyal with me.
Only developers.
Only developers. We don't need anybody. We don't need. And we love that. Of course, we love it. And we love it. It creates a lot of difficulty for developers to learn so many different things. But this is how life is. If you want to become highly paid, you have to spend a lot of time learning it. And but the thing is, with this CDK, the learning curve is very comparatively. Would you agree, Daniyal? If cloud formation was tougher than CDK?
Sir, 100%. In the last meeting, the bootcamper showed the projects on CDK. You believe me, on cloud formation, I have thousands of lines, and they just made few lines with CDK. The CloudFront distribution, the S3 buckets in CloudFormation, there is a lot of code, and CDK provided us just simple methods.
And the thing is, when you have thousands of lines of code, there is a good chance of things getting wrong, because if you just
exactly
minor mistake, Zeeshan, if you make a minor mistake, it can create a lot of problems. And
also there is a YML language, and this is in which language you are working, you can use a CDK.
Therefore, it is now. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
What AWS is doing is movers from cloud formation was targeted towards specific people who were basically operations guys. So they were developers, which is separate, and operation people were separate. And then there were DevOps people. Now what they want is they want to target the Netlify type of developers, who they want to make it easy so that anybody can use AWS. So therefore, let's see. So therefore, all the theory will be covered by Daniyal, and Zeeshan will do the practical things, and maybe vice versa. We'll see. And from the next class, and we will also invite other people who are our students and have been learning in this bootcamp, and they will also help us out when and if they are available. Everybody, thank you so much. Now the e-commerce is finished, and let's move on to and become a big boy. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye.